Good morning. Who you are, that'll never change. Who you are, stop taking blame. Who you are, no regrets, but the time is near. Listen to yourself. They don't have time to feel who you are. 0902 minutes, Monday, August 27, 2018. Who are you? I see so much in the world. People forgetting who they are, where they're coming from. And I had got the revelation of last week is I have been having good dreams. They're not like vision dreams, but it's dreams of reminding me of everything I ever thought about in life. It sounds funny to people, but a lot of people will get it. Some people won't get it. Some people won't get it. They won't understand who you are because all they doing is basing you off of them. And that's the one thing that I keep talking about this. Like we keep seem to forgetting. Like my time, my all, it's not gonna look the same as yours. But at the same time, it's gonna show a lot about you. Usually when you get to know yourself, you will reveal about who you truly are. Like we got the cliche of the scripture or the biblical way is God know my heart. Well, the creator, aka God, but the creator, he knows your heart. We all know that because we are shaped and formed in the image of our creator, our father, the almighty. There's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I spoke yesterday about how I started believing the creator. It stopped raining on me. I locked that door as soon as I made that right turn, the right face. The rain literally stopped. It was pouring down raining, and I didn't curse myself. I was like, if that's not true, strike me dead. Really take me out and show people to believe. And then now became knowing. That's why I say I know who I am. I know the creator. It's no, I believe. I don't want to use the word believe. It's because it still has a explanation point of guessing. Only thing I believe we go to heaven. I believe that I don't even believe in the hell part. Because if you read one part of the book and you tell me, well, you can't exit out the past. There's a reason this future is happening. So if you say let's forget about the Old Testament and it's a new covenant, so why are you still worrying about what I did in my past? I'm not worried about you did because that has an effect. See, there's a reaction. See, and it makes sense. That's why I say I'm logical, I'm practical. I'm going to use my brain. I'm told I overthink a lot, but overthinking has caused me to become better and improve man, to love myself. I had to learn to love my name. It's spelled Otho. It's pronounced Otho. You can research. It's a German name, German Roman name, and it was a king, and his name was Otho. And the the 17, but I'm quite sure it's older, 13, 1200, 1100. So like the 11th, the century, the 12th century, that it was a king named Otho. I did the research so far. It was 15 of us. Two have one was sick, one passed away, so it made 14 of us. And I am the youngest. There's no one that I know of. I heard there's more in the world, so I was like, I want to chalk them on because I couldn't find them with all the information. I couldn't find that person at the time. I want to go back and check that again and see how many of us is again. And I started one day because I was on Facebook, like, oh, it's a Russian Otho. It make more sense. The guy on Beetlejuice's name, Otho. So my father, he's from the South. He pronounced his name Otho. He's a senior. His father's name was OC. So we don't know how we get that. Maybe they. So that's the beginning of my name. I had to learn to love my name. And as I got older, I found out there was nothing wrong with my name. I started looking at people, and the people was the people children. I was like, why is they picking on my name? But the one thing I learned, people like bullying, and this goes to all people that get bullied. You only are, and nobody never tell you a lot of things, but really hear this out. You only are bullied because you are allowing them to. You always have a voice, and how you people, I don't have a voice. These organizations, I'm not oppressed to speak about that. I'm treated different because of my skin, because if you literally ask the people that's doing it, they're saying they're treating me different because of my skin. I don't have to keep saying anything about it. But in a lot of things like a Me Too, I understand you may have been raped by a man and things, but you always had a voice. That's why, like a woman say, I want my children to know themselves since she didn't want to be with me. I think she had more on her mind than just me. She didn't really have true care and a heart or interest in me, because it just seemed like so much. It was quick for her to say words to me. I know she would say it to those other dudes that would have punched her in the face. And that's what I tell women or other men. So you only say things you know when the people are gonna be humble about it and be like, hold up. And I was like, hold up. One time she went into a rant. I was like, you mad? I don't know what you're mad at, but you will not open up to me. So I don't know how to get you to understand. I was like, that's how I knew from day one she wasn't for me. She's like, I broke up with her on the first time we talked. And I told her, I was like, we're not even going to connect. We got a likeness or interest in each other. That's cool. We got some compatibility, but the overall core of who she was, I was like, we're not going to work. She was very, very stubborn. She was hard at the head. She was able to learn and listen, but what I had to say to her, she had no understanding, to no even care to listen to. Because she would bring up other guys. She was still focused on the guy that was cheating on her a lot. And she did so much for her. And she was finding things that he was leaving to her, like letters in her Bible, notes in her, like things like, wow, he did all the like, but it was like he was apologizing, but he would never say what he did to her. So I was like, you don't have a heart for me. I wasn't mad I told her I didn't care. It was the thing she was saying to me, like she judged my character based off I'm not going to put myself in danger for other people. I don't care, a quote unquote black. I don't care if she a black woman. I'm not gonna put my I don't have help. People like good gonna come back, and then I meet people that just do things. I'm like, I don't want you to do that because I'm watching their attention. They're looking in their eyes, and it's and to me it is very weird to watch somebody do good. I'm truly not used to that. But then I always needed the help. It was never there. And then the help only came in some type of weird fashion. Cause I was like, I always thought I was weird. But I know I didn't fit in with the new era. Like if I like to use like this rhyme, it's like it's like the new era caps. It's a hat. So I used a new era cap, so I didn't fit it in, so I snapped back. I also like to say that in a rhyme. I'm gonna use it one day in the song I have, and it's gonna be sweet. And different things like I want to say. Like for me, I was in the military. Y'all used to laugh. The church I used to go. Like, he used to go to the church I was going to. He'd been growing up in that church. He used to laugh. I said, I used to say this little quick little like little one bar. I joined the military. I thought I was gonna be armed and dangerous, but then I found out. No, I said I joined the military because I was armed and dangerous. Now I'm gonna walk around with my Bible and my prayer list. He was also glad at that line, and it's like I never heard. Like I like to say things I never heard, even with the new era hat. So somebody ever said that, I'm like, oh, hey, somebody seen me say that. Like when I was telling my nephew, oh, he got bunnies. Yo, he got them wings. He would laugh. Like when I would say little small little phrases, and he was like, we're not gonna say that. Now people are like, oh, he got bunnies. It's like nobody gonna say that because he was young. The other dude that said it was younger than him and me at the time. Well, way younger than my nephew. I think he was like 16 or 13. And little the guy was probably around that age as well too as well. But it was like, oh, so y'all using that now. See, it's like stuff is not new. Even I'm learning like the newer dances, and I cannot recall what I was watching again. I keep finding old moves. It was like in the 80s. or the 70s. Oh, I was watching Breaking, and they did one of these dance moves. I knew the dance was new because it was a famous group like Les Twins be doing it. And I was like, that's dancing I knew. Everybody think they're like the best two dual dance group ever. So when you start liking people and you got a love for them, because it becomes like your idol. And I'm trying to teach these kids, they're not first. It's been modified. So of course their style, like they want to say, well, this young man named Ayo and Teo copied off them. They didn't copy. So that's case. Let's Twins copy. It's called carbon copy. You really got it from the creator. The creator. He's our creator. He helped created this. So the moves we have is from the creator. It's not from a person. There is nothing new under the sun. So we're under the sun. So I say under the clouds, there's nothing new. Even the inventions we see. And the older man I talk to, he be like, you know what you sound like to older people? It sound like a bunch of nothing. I was like, right, because it's not in the book. The book's been changed. It's spiritual. He would just look at me. I was like, man, he's like, you can't tell me about I'm a Boricua. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm like, you can't tell me. I was like, yes, I can. You don't even understand how you was even created. And I was like, that's what the creator has shown me, not in a book. But then I was like, when I read, imagine if I can put all the books, like I don't have the mind to sit there and read books. And that's not a fault against me. I'm not dissing myself. It's not a put down because that's not who I am. But I say, man, spiritually, I'm telling you, listen to what I'm saying and then go let it connect to what you believe in so you can know. I'm trying to tell you what happened. We got a belief that he kept saying there were slaves. I know there were slaves before the gringo. That's why I like gringo mean white devil, white man, white people. That's what the gringo man. I was like, that's what gringo meant. I thought gringo meant every time you Google it online, and that's like the wrong information. If it mean that, it meant demon. So they calling them demons and everything. And like even the picture of white Jesus, and it's a white man. It's not a man of brown hue or bronze color skin. He would be more bronze than anything. Because if you mix all the colors, you get bronze. You get like a doo-doo brown. And make like almost a bronze looking color. Mix all the colors in the world at one time, you get a doo-doo color. He'd be like a doo-doo color person. That's why I say like if you're gonna have the original man, and he's not the original man, but the man is our savior, why is he not a doo-doo color looking? Because if you mix all green, purple, red, blue, every hue in the world, mix that skin color together, you get like a doo-doo brown. You don't get, and I've been doing that since I was little, and I thought that was weird. I was like, why do I get like a doo-doo brown color when I mix every color together? It's like every color is canceling each other out, and you get like a doo-doo color. And it's funny because it let us know we're not really. That's why I say that if you're gonna say that righteousness is filthy rags, that's our righteousness saying I'm superior or I feel inferior to you, another race or another being, another man, another woman. We are a doo-doo color. We are doo-doo because that would make you filthy. But instead, he said, no, you're pure. Like he said, when you burn, your skin turns bronze gold. Like you're purifying the gold. I mean, the doo-doo into gold. Because that's who I made you. I made you perfect, whole, established. I didn't make you any other way. You put yourselves in a low place. I didn't do that. The creator never once put us anywhere. He didn't think if he's on the throne, why did he put you in the piece of pile of crap? And if you're going to use that example, that's why he did come down and live in the manger. He used his son for the example. So his son, our brother, he's not my savior. He became the greatest example of all time. For I can talk like this. He didn't come here to save you. He didn't come, whatever you thought he came to do, if there was a greatest man of all time, he came to do what Martin Luther King did. We seen it, what the Bible said, to Malcolm X. But he still had some form about him, which he was human. He still had to go to sleep. He still had to eat. He pooped the same way. He had a bowel movement the same way as any other man and woman on this earth. So it made him different when he said he's going to do great. We're going to do great. So me and you, the person that's watching this, everybody you're speaking to, going to do greater works than him. That's not a savior. No, he is not here to save us. There's no saving. There's no need to save us if we can keep what he say. So if you naturally have the innate ability to throw a football. You should naturally have the innate ability or inclined to be honest. See, that's bred, fostered, and taught. That's when I go back to the paper, wherever I had it at, and say that is learned. We are who we are because that's who we think we are. Nobody talks about that. Separating, dividing, the man versus woman. Throw out religion. Throw out everything you thought you knew. But nobody says that. I've never been taught this. But then when I talk to people, that's like, you're not a dumb nigga. I'm not a dumb person. I'm not a nigga. I know, thank you. And but there are niggas out there. And there, like I said, there's niggas, and I don't use the word loosely, like I'm gonna walk to you a nigga. I'm not gonna tell you, I tell you the face, you're acting like a nigga. Because I know what nigga mean now. At first I didn't say it, but I won't say it to you. I will say, man, I will find the correct word. You're being very foolish right now to think and believe that's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way. That's very foolish of you. If men are men and person, the human race, the beings was meant to seek out knowledge, to get all understanding, all knowledge, to become wise. Why is that the only way? Is that the only way? That's the only answer. No, but that's what we are taught, bred, nurtured, and breeded to believe. Instead of no, that's not the truth. And there's so many things that I see, and it's like, wow, I do. And this is to my young women. I'm not going to talk to older women because they're going to keep telling you it's something wrong with me. I have to think about this. Let's think about this. Just do this. Let's do this play. I'm gonna play the advocate of, like, on both sides. Hi, how you doing? Hi. I I, I don't like you. There's one man saying shifts. Why you don't like me? Because the way you are, you're mean. You're not so great. You have a nasty attitude. That's understandable. But walking up to me, I don't like you. Why? Because the way your hair is, the way you dress, there's something wrong with that person. Because, like, for me to love my name, I was getting teased on because of the name. And then I was walking around, the kids was named Tamara, Elizabeth, Michelle's, the Wans, Ticos, and all of that. The Jeremys, the Bryans, the Russells, the Jalen's now, the Deannas that was there, like back then, the Marys, the Aprils. But those names are okay for some odd reason, even though a million people can have that one name. But that's okay. Since my name sounded a little different, it wasn't okay. So I would tell the parents, the woman tried to argue with me about that at the last job. She's like, I want to name my daughter Heifa Saiba, Isaiah 65 and 4. My delight is in her. Instead of Beulah meaning desolate to the land, I want to be desolate to the land. That's people don't even know why there's a desert. There's a reason there's a desert. And I was trying to get I was getting close revelation on why there's a desert. And it's still coming to me. I know why there's a desert. It is not what we think it is. And it's a desolate land. It's inhabitable for a reason. And you can't have it there if you learn how to live there. So you gotta learn how to live there. So I learn how to love my name based on who I was, not based on my name. My name didn't become me. And I said that about that because of the hair. It's like the last year or 2 years or so, women are getting like a more lenient towards liberation. But I feel and know that the liberation they're seeking is wrong. Because the women still don't understand the power of the room. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this. The women, especially quote unquote black, you have so much power. I don't really talk out of my race because I don't really go out my race. Because even the guy's like, why you don't go out of your race to date? He's like, you'd have been on, found the woman to love you and do all this. You know what I said to him? I said, I know. I said, I know. I said, I know I would have. I know I would have found another woman, another race of ethnicity and nationality that has African descent in her, or that was a settler or explorer from my ancestry of this land already. But to me, I don't feel like I used to thought it was like race trading, not race trading. I'm not obligated. I don't feel mandatory. Like I don't know how people say I'm because I'm not. It's not that. I know I got a mother. She looked just like me. I know she went through a lot of things, but the one thing we was never taught, even though my grandmother showed kind of displayed favoritism and it was clear. They talked about it. I heard my uncles talk to me about it. We were never like hatred. The isms and the ist, like ist at the end of the word, ist, ism, they're the same thing. We wasn't given those forms or whatever you want to put out there. We wasn't given those curses. But that separating, dividing that I showed on that yellow paper, that's strong, heavy in the black neighborhoods, aka or quote unquote the communities for some reason. But it got it through the laws and the theories I spoke of. These is 266 laws and theories, 266 religions, and it was 260 years we was in slavery. So like it all goes together. But this guy that wrote these laws and theories and these people, the Bergsman law, is part of keeping our race the way they are. And now when I see the women with the blonde hair, and I'm sorry, women, and I'm gonna say sorry on this. There's something wrong. I know you seen fit when you seen young black women born with blonde hair, but they was born with that. And it's come from and it is like a mutation. And people like one girl like, why are you calling my gender here a mutation? You all sound the same. It's a mutation in a sense because when we forcefully colonize, people like, well, I seen blonde black people with blonde hair or green eyes or with dark jet black hair or that dark skin color. It's like I know there's that colored people. I know that's there. I'm not closed minded like you want to pursue. I'm telling you what happened or how it got that way. It would have never looked that way because we was all made uniquely and wonderfully made. So them kids are made uniquely now. But what you're doing is literally is looking yourself in the mirror, and this will explain why I still only want to be the black woman. And if black women feel like I'm dogging them, it's weird because I can tell the truth, and I can dog you at the same time or attack you, which is very weird to me because so much the truth supposed to be letting us become free. We supposed to get free out of slavery. It is a psychological disorder. If your hair is jet black and you want to dye it red, blue, I'm not. It's not a diss to you though. This is not a diss. There's something wrong that you want to dye your hair another color and put on makeup. Make up is literally what it say. Make up. You're not. You're changing your feature of how you look. I seen women without makeup. I was like, she's not so attractive because what makeup do cover up blemishes and you could put on a different shade. It's like what they do with makeup is fascinating. And that's what you know Prince was right. Like videos, like what I'm doing is we you don't see the distortion we can do. I can make a video and say Jay-Z looked like a reptile and then he morphed, but I can change the pixels of the video. And I can put everybody under expel and say they really sing that as well. That's why the gospel and see people don't want to listen to that. And it's like when you don't want to hear that, it's like, what do else I say to you? But it's okay for you to have your religion that you don't have no understanding that's been around and derived from all of the religions. That's how you got Christianity. That's how you got Jehovah Witness or Muslim, Nation of Islam, Najee, Seven Day Adventist, Sikhism, Neo Exorcism. It's so many different religions, 266 of them or more. Just like the years we know all of this happened in slavery to other race, but it's like, look how you beat me up just for my skin color. Look how you dislike me. But then you would tell me, like I read a woman comment, I clicked on it now a year now. She said, I love my black people. And I want to like see what she say. What changed about you that you're no longer saying black men are trash? We was all types of nothing. And when I try to talk to women like that, they are so combative. People say you're combative. You don't want to learn. I don't want to hear you like as you talk to me, calling me not so great of a man at the same time. Like I don't know how many women or people that does that to people understand that. You're gonna say you're not so great by your standard. It's not even off a moral. I can see if you had a moral or value or ethical compass, but you were just saying it because you hurt and you don't like what I'm saying. Like the one girl say, like, that's hatred because I won't help a woman. And she's like, what if she's black and she's a woman? I was like, I'm not helping the man like that. I don't know his affairs. Then come to find out, And you ever watch? She killed that man's family. This man coming after her. I don't know her affairs. I would try to stop him from hurting a person in general, but just to just jump in and protect is like that, and it's like it's supposed to be unearned. So if I supposed to, because I'm a man, quote unquote, this is what we taught. This is what we teaching the children, nurturing, breeding, and fostering, just to protect. Where's my uplifting at? And it's gonna sound funny. I'm not. I don't feel uplifted, and it's funny. I don't feel uplifted by my women, and that's just all women. People like want to say, well, and a lot of women like, well, you dated a certain type of man. You don't want another type of man. That's on you. So that is on me. I don't want to, but I don't feel like but the race of black, quote unquote, what we call black, expands farther than my USA. There's Africa. So you got Ghana women, you got Jamaican, you got Trinidad Tobago women. That's African descent or African, literally bred, homeland African, then farther than just my African descent women of where I'm at. If they don't like me, I know other places of my women of my descent will like me. It's not a diss to my American women. If y'all don't like me based on who I am and I gotta live up, they're not gonna see me the same way. But even in other cities, they go like, "What's wrong with the women in your place?" Because a guy, he's Puerto Rican, is like, "I get bu bitches, I get pussy anytime I want." Cool, but like, because you don't have, I know it's like, but we keep saying that. I don't believe. I know like a woman will be attracted to money, power, respect. So, and because like you're new. So to them, you never seen that. They're attracted to that because they're bred, fostered, and nurtured. That's who they believe that they should do, who they should like. But you're not like, no offense, he got a great spirit about him. But the guy, his character is like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, like, that's not my MO. Even in the times of going to strip club, I say, I'm not just throwing, I seen Marshawn Lynch. He was just throwing money at the women, like balling it up. I was like, dang, okay, cool. But even when she walked up to him, he was throwing it. I was like, dang, like, couldn't, like, and it sounds funny. It can be a respectful way. You could have handed the lady the money. And if you wanted to give her a lot of money, you could have, like, walked towards the part where they go in and handle her an envelope. It's like, and still respectful. And it sounds funny that giving a stripper money through her G string is respectful. That's like the job part. That's the most fashionable way you can give it to her because that's what they do. It's like, it sounds funny. That's what part of their what they're doing right at that moment. I feel like that's not their lifestyle. They're all not hoes. They're all not having sex. But it's weird to see women to do that for a little change. And then and it's hard for me and it's like my mother didn't teach me that to phantom that she have true high esteem of herself. And I would talk. A lot of them strip because they want to. A lot of them enjoy it. A lot of them do want to be porn stars. A lot of them do want to get in the sex industry. A lot of them is going to school. Some of them strip based on like because they want to make more money and it's quick money. It's different personalities, different characters of women that's in the strip club. So I can't associate them all together. So I had to the throw away. I can't don the cliche of all birds flock together. They rock together. I can't don that no more. I gotta throw it away because that's not true. Because I'm about to be in the midst of guys or men that like do some crazy stuff in their past. I don't flock like that. I don't rock like that. I don't have the inclination I just can kill somebody. I don't think it's okay just to punch people because they said something wrong or just grab them and hand them up because they're my. I don't have that about me because that's not me. So when you keep notioning about you, who are you? Where did you learn this from? How was that taught? You wanted somebody trained that on you. Why are you doing that? Why are you thinking that way? Like, is that like think about the cause and effect? Is that practical? Is that logical? Like literally, like, and that's like, I wish, like, I don't use that. I wish, don't say the word wish, that I could get into a mind of women because a woman, you can say one thing and it's like, that's not what I said. That's not even how I portrayed it, but somehow that's what you got out of it. And I'm sitting there like, let's talk. And then some women don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm done talking about it, but they're not. Because then it's time for them to talk, you listen. And they're like, let's talk about what's really angering you. Like I can talk about something who like I'm not getting angry at you. I'm getting frustrated because I'm like that don't even mainly if I sound mad, it's a frustration of like that don't even make sense. And then if I keep trying to use different ways to like make sense of it, you keep shutting it down. I'll be like, I don't know how to reach you. I really don't know how to reach you. This is really baffling to me because everything I say, if it's not like how you wanted me to say it or how you got it in your head, that means it don't exist. It's not there. It's no cognitive dissonance. It's like you're not comprehending. And that's what I'm trying to do is comprehend and then listen. And I don't understand. So that's my thing. And I was like getting to the point like I'm like ready at 35 to give up on love. But I know there's more out there. But then it's like, damn, I gotta travel just to find love or it's a woman in my way, but she's a woman like I wish like not wish, but I hope women now you're not talking to the men like some old traditional value. A man pay for all the food first date. That's called to a woman. That's a man taking care of a man because you paying your own meal. It's weird to me. It's like that don't even make sense. And it's like women are for Venus. Like we keep cursing ourselves just to keep cursing ourselves. So about we can't under men and women are not meant. Yes, we are meant to understand each other. That's how we have strong, growing relationships. That's how you cut down, separate, and divide. And once you can find a way to understand. So that's what I'm trying to do. So even understanding my mother, which I was like, she won't talk, but thank the creator for the spirit of. And it's like, man, this hurt her. She ain't gotta say it. This hurt to talk about it. That's why she walk away. She don't want to talk about it. She's dark skinned. So I love dark skinned women. And I do like all the women. But it's hard because someone's another woman say something like, I don't even take that from my own mama. You can call me and be like, you a mama's boy. Then they mean like, oh, you not a mama's boy. Right, because every time you want to box me in, I keep trying to tell you, you can't. Literally, they made a movie about me. You will not get, you probably have to change the line every time they cut the scene and we come back and they don't like that scene. You probably have to change it up. There wouldn't be no script for my movie about me. You will have a straight part, but certain parts you will have to change to like the intimate personal parts. It couldn't be no movie about me. I am too multi, I'm gonna say dimensional. I don't have one zone, one realm to put me in one box. It's not a circle. It's constantly expanding because I'm expanding who I am. I'm bettering myself. So I got to the point to like I do have a mind to like now I want to give up on this because like a community unity, I want to give up on that. I want to give up on finding love because I only want to be with my race of women. I don't see just because I go out on my race because all I'm gonna do is be the same example I was speaking about. Like that's not a real sacredness. That's not a remnant. It's sacred if you can stay in your race and find love through all of the mess, all of that they zoned me in, they narrow minded me. That's the closed mind. They put me in one direction. I said, poof, I shattered the glass and said, no, a black woman born this way. Look at her now. She's a millionaire. Look at she was born in this, and look at her. She was at that spot. So that don't mean nothing where you was born and come from. It's what you do. That don't mean nothing how your mother and father is. It's what you do. It don't mean nothing how your aunts and uncle is. It's what you do. And I don't mean nothing how your grandparents and grandparents. It's what you do. It's what you do. I don't care what type of information. And a woman commented about she went to my page on my channel. She read my comment and she called my page. She was like, "You got 0 views and you speaking unnecessary and no knowledge." And I'm not worried about the views. I told her I'm not worried about it. She ain't respond after that. Like I'm not worried about the views. It was no more response. I think that was it. And I'm not doing that. I got a different mission and purpose, and that's what I'm doing. That's all I am doing, lovely. And I put shalom. I think I wrote a little differently, but they basically that's how it went. Because she's trying to say my comment about things is like necessary, and I'm noticing more now. Like I learned how, and it's noticeable. And then when I have a question, I ask. Like if I have an understanding of why you doing what you doing, I literally go directly to it. I was like, you doing this because this happened to you, or this is how you think. And the person could tell me yes or no, and be like, well, you're far off. That's not it. Or they can say, okay, you're close. Yes. But some people, I'm getting to the point, like they say, like about me. Why you I advocate for my skin color, my descent of who I am, because that's who I was created from. But at the same time, but that's what I go through daily. It's never people like, well, if you keep talking about no, it's times when I'm just feeling good, feeling great. I'm minding my business. I went to another area I never been, and then they say somebody will say something to me having to do with my skin color, or it do feel like it's discriminating and prejudice or bias based on my skin. Because there was no other reason. Because everybody else that walked by or went into the store, they wasn't getting treated that way. Then they say, forget it. And this is like the hardest thing that like to teach a child to forget what. And people say, children, why children can walk? Because you're lying about, because as they get older, they're about to see what's going to happen. They know it is a difference of their skin because they're going to get treated. That's the only reason. If I didn't get treated different, maybe I would think like the guy that say only people that ever hurt me was quote unquote black descended people, African descended people. But no, I got treated different from them. And but it was more of a line. That's what people did. But he got hurt by it. But that's all he was around. But the demeanor of him, he didn't understand. Like he don't care to go look into the history. Well, they was taught to hate. We were taught to hate ourselves. We was nurtured and breeded and fostered to hate ourselves. He won't go look into that, but I will. I know why I don't like. I never like the word calling me poppy. Like I don't like calling my mom mammy. Those words are slave words for everybody, not just one. That's like I say. I know what nigga is. Nigga is not just for a race. Nigger is the most derogatory word in the language. All languages. Why is that? All. So people try to say, there was the Holocaust, but let's go to the all. The most derogatory used to a certain group of people at that time was directed towards a certain group of people is the most derogatory word. Even more derogatory than your word that they call you. There is a problem there that we fail, and we are failing heavily to the next generation to realize that there is a problem. To admit there's some problem, that means you have to admit to a past that it hurt. Now you gotta go into a resolution mode and use logic and being practical and now work together. Like I say, African descent people, we are the most charitable and we're the most people that come with multicultural. We are culturalized anywhere. We're the most forgiving people, and we got done the bad worst to us. But people don't want to realize that. There's no realization. I put realize that. And it's like, well, people are like, you sound crazy. I sound crazy, but why are you treating me different? What you mean? I actually about your daughter, and it's a psychological. You won't want me dating your daughter, no matter how good I am and sound. Like even I tell women, you will find a wife one day, but why couldn't it be you? See, you would say things consciously because it's a trick in your mind, it's your psyche. But saying them out now, I paid attention to what you said. Why would you say that? Why couldn't it be you? And then you'll give all these excuses, and they'd be like, that don't make sense. I was like, why can't I be your friend? Why can't I go? And it's like people starting now. That's how they don't know who they are because now it's so much. Now we call racism systematic racism. Then what you hear women, and I wonder like the women pitting their blonde and dyeing their hair blonde. There is something wrong that you look at men. What can I physically change on me? Right now, nothing. I woke up this way. So if I woke up a certain way, I came out the womb a certain way, cool. You can do what you do. No diss to you. It's not a cultural appropriation. It's not a hatred of yourself. And we're not even going to use that. But why would you dye your hair? So why did the 8-year-old tell her mother, "Mom, you Caucasian? Are you Caucasian?" Why would an 8-year-old girl say that? Nobody, and I can guarantee you, I watch my niece. It's what she's watching on these movies, these television, telling them it's the vision that they're seeing. It's nothing to do with our house. My mother tried to say, "Look what you say." I was like, "Ma, I don't say this around Janae. I don't even act like that around Janae." She's mixed. She's African descent with African descent of Puerto Rican African descent because her father is African descent and her mother is full Puerto Rican. So she's mixed. She's Puerto Rican and black. She's or African descent. She's not black or Afro Rican or whatever you want to call it. That don't. Express tried to write that on my page, and they deleted. I didn't get a chance to read their comment or respond. That 1% rule don't make sense. You are mixed. You're biracial. We've been colonized. So the overall word, and it sounds funny if I say you, just like when like Black Panther, the white guy walked in, or the Caucasian guy, the Euro guy. She's like, "Oh, hi, colonizer." See, that's funny. Nobody caught on to that. I catch on to things like that and understanding in movies and depictions what we're trying to put out. I understand spiritually too, because the spirit is all. The law is all connected to the spirit. That's why you do follow the law of the land, because you don't follow the law that's put out. We all won't be on one accord, and in one different accord, we have a lot of disorder. And a lot of disorder, we won't know which direction. So the path is laid. So it's good to, if you're gonna jump in the car and say 65, you might want to go 65. So if you're gonna do appropriation, you might want appropriation to your speed limit. That's appropriation. But when it comes to your hair, you're making up, you're changing, and you're telling me you love yourself fully. But I say don't do it. Like I asked a woman, don't wear a wig today. Like show yourself you love yourself. And that sounds funny. Women like, well, you if I wear a wig and natural, I was like, I'm not telling you to be who you don't want to be. I'm asking you to reinforce, to empower and reaffirm in positive and good and love in you. If you can walk outside just because your hair, why your hair have to be long and weave? Why you need a lace wig? Why you need a sew in? I was like, really? And a woman won't really ask herself that. So I will ask you that. Why do you need, and men, why you need to have a gun? Why you gotta sag? Why you gotta use the word nigga? Why you have to do it? Why? Why? And if you can really give yourself a true answer of why, you are okay. If you cannot, take some time out to understand that history, their story, but understand the story of what you've been, what the people before you've been through, why it hurt so much. Don't just say, well, no, that blonde hair looks stupid on you, because it's not, because it looks stupid too. For one, it's a wig, and I can still see your black hair, and it looks stupid because it's not done right. Now, if you're not now, this is not a diss. I've seen a lot of blonde hair black women. I'm like, that looks stupid. You got to get your hair right. You taking it out, and it's like they waiting for you to say. So I don't say nothing, and they say hi. I say hi. And then when they hair look nice, when they hair natural, I say, your hair look nice. She say, thank you. I know what goes in her mind. He ain't say my hair look good. I had that weave. Nope, weave don't look good. Weave was never taught and bred and nurtured and forced in our family. That's the standard, because we have moral and ethics. So if we go to ethics, the standard of beauty is not based upon what another race think of me. It's what my mother thought about me. So that is appropriate. So it's not appropriation. It's not a. So what my culture thought was beautiful, chocolate always been beautiful. You know when they started accepting chocolate women as beautiful? It's when the white man, with another race of men, because all I hear, even black men, quote unquote, black people, when we go to the country, wow, I get more respect when I date out of my race. You're a fetish. You are a fetish to them. And nobody want to listen to that. It's what they can't have. So as soon as I fantasize of both my own women, like, why you got so many naked black women, this and that. But the other races and nationality men can. I can't do that. I can't fetish. I can't love my women. Why I have yes, black women is my fetish. That's why I can't trade. I love them because I love their skin. I love the smell of my own women. Women call that creepy. I was like, you're not black. You must be light skinned or something. And women would laugh when I was on Twitter for 2 seconds. I was like, because I like when a dark skinned woman oil her skin and it's shiny. I love long legs and she's dark and tall. I love it that she looked like an Ethiopian. I love she looked like she from Ghana. I love that. I love her bone structure for the way she was born. I love her hair that it was nappy and it was hard to pick through it. I love her because she had a certain smell when she started sweating. I love it when the sweat glistened off her. Yes, I'm a pervert. I love that she got a big booty. I know what the history said, but I still like it. I know what Sarah Bartman been through. See, I don't know the history of Sarah Bartman and big booty, but it's feel weird when I see it augment, when the breasts get augment and the booties augment. It's like you don't love yourself enough. I'm gonna change my nose. Enjoy your nose, heifer. Enjoy your nose. You're beautiful the way you are. I seen a man. She was a reporter on the MTV Real Life, True Life. This man was making fun of his woman that had a pinky toe that was jacked up, but this lady was so beautiful, even in spirit. But he was breaking her spirit, and she was crying over that. Dude, go to work and come home getting food. Like, dude, you was getting treated like a king with no ring. Got treated like a king with no ring. But then you got men that's getting this, like sitting there like, damn, man, I would suck her toe that looked messed up to you. And that sound nasty to women. Then I was going to school. Women say, well, I don't like that because you being sexual. I would suck your toe too. And she started blushing. She was a black girl. She was a white guy now. But I was like, you didn't say that when he said it. It took him. And she had so much negative to say. She would whisper to the girl when I say something like, man, I love my black women, this and that. Or like, why are you single? She'd go whisper to the girl. I didn't ask her what she said. And I said, you don't like me? She's like, no. I like, it's not that I don't like you. It's things that I don't like. You want to know why? And we was doing a fire drill. I was like, no, I don't want to know. Thank you. But I didn't really want to know because it would have been a nice time to ask her. But the way she said it, it was coming off very mean, like. So I wouldn't have received it too well anyway. And I had a feeling because she didn't know me. We was in class. I did not like her because she dated a white guy. That's what made me not like her. And that's what some quote unquote black women think. I don't like because it's how you treated me. It's what you did, is what you said. Just like you was hurt by that man, just like you don't enjoy him in a certain way, that hurts us too. That hurt us as men. We're hurt. As soon as we show our feelings, we're soft, we're feminine, we are emasculated. So I'm emasculated because I learned, my mother taught me, she couldn't teach me how to be a man, but she couldn't guide me to be a man, but she guided me to be the best respectable man I can be. So I was kind of groomed and nurtured into this type of man women want, but women don't want that type of man. And we was just talking about that online, and guys I knew like, damn, our mothers, we groomed us and be respectable. Women don't really want that because soon things about him be like, I'm not going to do that yet. I don't know you. She's like, well, I'd rather have a guy, and we say a lame man that's a nigga or in the street or another race because he's spending his money on her. She's having fun. But I was like, well, that's your fun. So I asked a woman, you like jazz? And she say no, and this sounds funny to people. Start asking people things about things you love. I love jazz. And I'm like, you like, and she don't like, and she's like, I don't like jazz. And like, if a woman like trap music, less likely she's gonna like jazz, because trap music and jazz is not even close. It's a whole different like spin-off of hip hop and everything. That's hip hop is closer to jazz and like R&B, rhythm and blues, because the blues and jazz connect to and smooth. I like smooth jazz. I like the instrument, the smooth sounds, the feeling of the ocean of like I'm in like relaxing. So we wouldn't connect really. That she don't like jazz because the music you listen to, I don't want to hear that crap. It's crap. I like to hear it to learn. I can learn about what they're saying. Like These Hoes Ain't Loyal song by Chris Brown. I can take a broke nigga bitch. I don't walk with old bridges. No, these hoes ain't. It's like I listen to him because the way he is, not even because he's an artist, he can get a lot of women. And I start looking at the men that get lots of women. I start looking at the men that's married and be like, man, I didn't get a lot of women. Like, well, I dated some women. Like, I'm 35 in 6 relationships, none of them over a year. I get looked at different when I'm dating based on who I am. They're not, well, not so much based on who I am, but based on what they like, what they was taught, what they was nurtured to like and love. And it became spiritual too, because they're passing it down to their daughters. Because you're telling your daughters, you're teaching her how to give head real good, and you telling her only good men is going to be the men that give you good dick, good penis, good sex. So it's like you just cursed her. So her mind, that's the dude she's going to really be in love. So she's going to meet the baby boys, and out of 1,000, only one's going to change, or out of 100, one's going to change. So it's 1 out of 100 is going to change, but she's going to be okay because what he's providing to her psychologically, and it's a mental thing. So if I don't get a woman aroused, I wouldn't want to be with that woman because she's going to be missing stimulated. So I will be okay. And to me, I keep saying this, you got to learn to accept what is not forever not changeable. forever not changeable. You got to learn to accept that as a young man and woman. I'm not going to change your mind of a gay person, but I can ask them, do you find fit that kissing in public for anybody, for a child to watch that, even if it's a woman and a man, or two men and two women, just think about it on all, or a person that look like a man and look like a woman that just kissing. In their heart to be like, isn't that is confusing to a child? Because you saying you love children. I'm not saying that two women that's raising a child, but finding fit to the child to understand that the child is a sponge. They don't know that it goes like, well, that's my two mothers. I love them dearly because they raising me good. Cool, but there's still no man to show that man side of how the man was supposed to treat a woman. So most likely that child will conform to the being a homosexual. A lot of cases they're not, but they will experience and dab in it and do a lot of. That's why it's called dab. You touched on it, and they got dabbed on. So it's like you don't understand the effect that's going to have on that child minds seeing that, and then you're teaching that. So it's like think about that part. You when you was a child, you say all the things you and a lot of people that are gay, like I've been touched. So like think about that. Do you want that child to be touched? You can have all types in the world. You can be a guy that loves younger girls, and they're girls, they're not even women yet. But you don't have to act on it. You can be gay and don't have to go through. It's a lot of things you don't have to do because you have a true control of yourself. So I learned to accept a lot of things, but at the same time, what is the how does this look when the children see and view this? Like I even had to say, like I'm looking at a woman booty and talking about a woman booty. I love it, but I know that that's not the only thing I want to teach the young men about. Like for me, it's a bonus for a woman to have booty and breasts. I don't care about breasts, just a nice nipple. Well, she's gonna have a nice nipple because she's a woman, because she's gonna breastfeed one day without breasts or not breasts. Her body's gonna change a little bit into life and give life, and it's gonna require her to breastfeed. So her breast is going to develop for the breastfeeding process. And so that's who I am. That's what I like, and that's okay. But at the same time, I do look at the effects I am doing. Like if I just teaching a young man, get booty, your conquest, your conquering is booty, get it. Or your quest is this is your adventure, this is your journey. If I say like that, this is your journey, your path. Get the booty, get the ass. Will sound weird to me because I don't think that way. And think about the things you do. Say like women, we're not coming down on you, quote unquote black women. I'm not here to dish you or to hurt you. I love you. But at the same time, it's like you're not practical or logical about things, and it's so quick to fight back instead of like you want me to understand you, but I am trying to understand you. That's why I asked you the question. If I never asked you the question, I mean I'm not trying to understand. But it's like if I'm looking at a woman with beautiful, nice jet black hair and she's dyeing it or putting another piece of hair over it, it do make me wonder what's wrong. It's like you're not okay with your hair. Okay, you can play Barbie doll, but you're doing it a lot. I can see if you do that one time a year for a couple of months and that's your hair. But to keep doing it, it's like it do make men, and it's like women, y'all don't want to think about this, but it do make us wonder, do you love yourself? Do you like who you are? Why do it take other nationality of men to make you feel appreciated? It don't take a whole bunch. All it took is for one woman. She called me a man, and her daughter called me a man. I don't need no more women to call. I don't need a whole because I don't know the hearts of those other women that's going to call me a man. And see, I wasn't looking for validation. I wasn't even expecting that, and I was shocked that it happened. And then especially from her daughter, from the least person I like, she would never say that to me. She probably thinks so much less of me. And that's sometimes I do feel that way when a woman say, well, you're not a Christian, you're not this or that, but you have accepted so much from other men, it make me do feel like I am a nothing. You accepted garbage. But when I came at you with actual worth and quality, then over the quantity of the things of I didn't have the income, or when I do, what's gonna change about me? If I was, what's so different? That's what. And it's like if that plays a big role, it's gonna be okay for you to date out because that's what everybody keeps. No, I'm not okay with that. I'm gonna let down to myself. I don't need the appropriation to go date out of my race to say that I found love. I feel like the more of the challenges, I do feel like giving up and say I'll give up on love because I don't want to go out my race. And if the way I am going to cause me to lose love in my race, and a woman say she don't like the educated quote unquote black man anyway because he's not spun. He don't advocate for his, and it's kind of hard. I want to tell women this. It is hard for a man to keep fighting for if that's the one being ignored. He's being ignored. He don't have no. His only strength come from older women, but he's young and he's like, I can't get with her. She don't want children. I want to have a. He want to have a family. Just vice versa for women. It's hard for them to advocate and to keep feeling so strong or wanted by their own. And it's like, well, go out of your race, you will feel that. That's not the point. You missed the whole point. If that's your only means to finding love is to go out your race, you missed the whole point of what race means. It missed the whole point of who you truly are. I know your mom and dad might be Puerto Rican and black, your dad, but of who you are, you missed it. Like, okay, if you're more Puerto Rican and you say you only want to be more with a Euro man or you feel more love from it's cool. They have not been beaten down to hate. I've been beaten down to hate you and I don't even hate you. But I will call out BS. I will challenge you and ask you logic and practical ways of the way you think. I will want to comprehend. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to learn. It's not set in stone. I like to challenge you. I like to understand your psyche because we are able to. That's why we both are beings. If we wouldn't being, we would not be able to. If you was an animal, it would be, how come we can understand animals so much and how they need love? But when it comes to a person, the animal been beat and punched on, left in the wilderness, and you find them and you take them back home and nurture them. How come we can't do that with another human? I was like, she was beat, and it was hard because I didn't understand. But I would let a woman or a man live with me, and the women that live with me, you can ask. I might have said things, but it was more of a love. They took it as an attack. The woman. I was like, you can do it. You can. She kept saying, I can't. I'm like, yes, you can. And she was like, shut up. Like she started to fight me. I was like, hold on, stop, wait, what you doing? And I had to explain to her, I wasn't saying it to be sarcastic or to be funny. I'm saying you really can do what you're trying to do. It was like I had to really explain that to her. She was fighting me. And the other woman told me I was trying to control her. I'm not trying to control you. All I did was like ask, can you clean out the tub when you get done taking the shower? It's dirt. It's dirt and grime that you had on your body. That's control. Can you please clean out your dishes right away or at least rinse them out or let it soak in some dishwashing liquid where it break down the grease and the grime that's in there? That's wrong. That's controlling. I was like, wow. Then the other girl, like, you are controlling. It's controlling because I said you would be with a man that'd cheat on you, but a man, I kicked you out. It said I kicked you out. No, I told you I felt unsafe. I wrote it even down on the paper, and you got mad. I felt unsafe. I was able to find your knife, and then now I don't know where your knife is at. You got scared of me, and I never attacked you one time. I might have raised my voice because you raised your. And it wasn't raising my voice to attack you. Every time I stay, and I tell you on purposely, I stayed at least 20 feet away from you. When I spoke like that, because you felt like I was hollering at you, was attacking you. And she didn't, but somehow she loved the guy that hurt her. She loved the people more that abused her. I told her, isn't there something wrong with that? She's like, I still don't know you. I grew up with them. They adopted me. I was like, wow, but he never lied to me. He did. He didn't tell you about another woman. I'm not lying to you. You're sitting here. You literally can see what I can do every day. You can see I'm not doing certain things every day. I don't have to lie to you. I'm showing you. I'm literally showing you by letting you live. But it's somehow I was always meant to be the bad guy. I'm still the bad guy. I'm still not liked by her. It's generally speaking, is something wrong with me that she don't like, but it's not coming from a form of hate of why the thing she's like I don't like certain black men that hurt women. No, I don't like black men that sell drugs in the hood, quote unquote black. No, I don't like that. I'm not going to go, but I will speak to them and say, what's wrong with you? The same way I say, what's wrong with you? If you smoking weed all day, it stunts you to want to go do anything. You're stunting your energy. But you saying you need it to function. No, you don't, because every time you're functioning, you're even when you smoke, you're in a la la days land. And you think you're getting revelation from your God, the Yah. But she wasn't. I was like, you're getting revelation from the highness, the pleasure, the joy you were seeking. I said, stop doing it. Try to find who you are. And it's hard because I like she been hurt so much. And I understand that, women. You've been hurt. But I'm not here to hurt you. No black man that really love you is not there. He want to figure you out. But you got to give him, you got to compromise. You compromising is give himself to you. Like you say, you give yourself away. And once they go to church and they believe in a certain religion, you gave yourself to your career. Give yourself to that man. Because you want him to love you like he loved that church, you call it. But if you don't give them nothing to love, what is your worth? I would pay everything. I would pay every cent of every dollar, till I'm broke with no money in my pocket. But what is your worth to him? A first date shows no worth. I don't care if you talked on the phone for 2 weeks, big deal. Wow. You hung out. Okay. Now a time frame, women be like, well, he paid. I like, why on the first date? Well, I knew him for 5 years. I don't know you for 5 years. I know you for 5 days. Why is it a big deal? And it's like explaining it, and it's all they couldn't. All they can do is go back some learned, fostered, and nurtured tradition. It's like I like even make some sense out of that. And it's like, well, that you're thinking too much. That's about me though. That's what kept me from being. If that's gonna keep me from being a lot of other things, and I know it's a woman gonna see that about you. A man's gonna see that about you. Let it be. Let it so. And they don't. Be okay with life. It's more than life than having children and a family, getting a house and a car, getting a degree. It's more than life than that. It's like interaction with people, like people like you and loving you. Because only memory you're gonna have is the ones that liked and love you. What I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your choice. It's your path. It's your journey. Choose wisely. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Have a good, positive, strong moral value, standards, and ethics. Let it be about quality. Then the quantity will come. Reinforce, reaffirm, affirm, enforce, empower yourself for good love. I love myself. I am great. I am going to be better than yesterday. I am going to be the person that I thought I was going to be, but I'm going to be better than that person. I'm going to be improved. Constantly work on yourself. Have a focus. Within your focus, there's a purpose, mission, and position. Find out what it is. That greed don't matter. Just because you got married don't matter. Like no diss to this, and it's not a diss. You got a family that don't matter. That don't make you better or more improved than no one. That's great that it worked. Because everybody, you're not promised, but that is a great feeling that love that you can give. You can share with someone. That's why I only would talk to people that's in love. And still, even with that, I tell people like go to the counselor or people that's married, a man that married a woman with 3 kids, or a woman that married a man with 3 kids, go to them. But even though, take that with a grain of salt, with some flavor, because you still have to live your life out and understand, communicate, calm, cast over, communicate, come together, community, commune, bring together, bond, nurturing with good guidance, good, positive energy, vibration, flow, frequency that's going on. Bring that every time. When you don't feel right, step down. Go be alone. Go find where did the love come from? Be who you are. Not everything is right. Not everything is wrong, but there's still right and wrong. And learn who you are. Be the best you can be. Don't worry about nobody else. I'm constantly say this and enjoy life. Enjoy life. Like to travel, draw, paint, dance, go do it in your own way. Nobody can make you do what you don't want to do. And you have the power to do all you desire. Until then, shalom.